Hi, my name is Keith, and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to teach you all about the 3 crystals that you should never start out with. The last one's going to be a very interesting one, so stick around for that. The first one I'm going to start off with is Moldavite. Yeah, I said it. You guys are not doing right when you get yourself Moldavite. Ooh, that rhymed. It rhymed. It had a jing to it. So basically, Moldavite is a crystal that someone's supposed to get you, and it's supposed to be activated upon being gifted. Someone gifting it to you. It's very easy. Just put out the information, hey, I would like if someone got me Moldavite. That's it. That is it. When you get Moldavite for yourself, it goes one of 2 ways. Or one of 3 ways, because a lot of Moldavite online, especially from Etsy, is just fake. So you guys will get yourself fake Moldavite, not really feel it, or sometimes you'll think you'll feel it, and then it actually is not working. It's just your mind. It's the placebo effect. And then it doesn't work because it's fake. Well, that's good, because you're not supposed to get yourself Moldavite. It's supposed to be gifted to you. I didn't know this a very, very long time ago when I first started out. I have a vendor at the actual source and who lives by the museum and their whole family is there. Basically, I got Moldavite for myself and it didn't work. It just flat out didn't work. I didn't feel anything. I didn't have any effects. It just didn't do anything. And I'm like, and I actually got a bigger piece of Moldavite, and I'm like, this isn't working. So, I got a gigantic chunk of Moldavite, which is very high-end to get, but I got it, and I'm like, this isn't doing anything. I put it in the sun. I did everything. I put it in the moon. I prayed over it every single day. It didn't work. It did not work. And I went to a fair, or a festival, and I walked up to a lady, and I was complimenting her because she sold perfumes and she sold different essential oil fragrances, and I just loved her whole stall. I was giving her ideas. I was complimenting her, saying how beautiful it was and how natural and how good it smelled and how unique it was. And I was basically complimenting her and just saying how beautiful of a thing she was doing. And I guess she liked the compliments. I didn't ask to get a reward for the compliments or for her to gift me or anything like that, but she actually gave me Moldavite, kind of a stick of it, and I grabbed it at her stall, at the vending, and when I grabbed it, I couldn't move. I was it felt like time stopped. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. I just froze in time. I grabbed it and I couldn't do anything, and I was horrified. I couldn't, no air was coming in my chest, no air was leaving my chest. I felt my body moving. I felt everything it's as if I tripped, I was tripping. And that's when, until afterwards, because I was holding onto the Moldavite and the surges of fire and just heat and just life was going through my hand from the Moldavite, and I'm like, I have Moldavite at home this big and it didn't do anything. What is this? And then it occurred to me after the Moldavite shock went away, because I was standing in front of her table and other people were coming up, and I was just frozen for who knows how long, and I was kind of embarrassed about it because I didn't move. I couldn't move. I was just, and I couldn't really explain it to her that I was going through a Moldavite shock. I don't even know if she knew I was going through a Moldavite shock, but upon being gifted, because it resonated with the heart chakra, is when it was truly activated. Your first crystal's Moldavite that you got yourself, you're doing it incorrectly, because it's not going to be activated and it's not going to be in your right place at your right time. Moldavite has to come to you at the right place at the right time. Remember, it comes from the sky. It hit the ground. It leaves an alien impact on the earth. It has extraterrestrial energies about it. It has alien-like, just extra human energies about it. And if you're getting it for yourself, keep in mind that it is of the heart chakra. The heart has to do with giving and receiving. For it to be truly activated, you should not get it for yourself. If it happens to be your first crystal, and I don't know who, if someone gifted to you that for your first crystal, it must have been for a reason, but it's kind of a harsh first crystal to have, because guess what happens when it's actually in your life? Things start going crazy. Moldavite's a road opener. It puts you on the right track. But things will get wildfire. You'll start, and you'll have to ground the whole time you're getting Moldavite. And you'll have to stay centered, because if you don't, then things will get crazy. You'll notice people around you, everyone's gone. Maybe you got fired from your job. Maybe everything has been reduced to nothing. But that's the clearing effect of Moldavite. The next effect is the growth. Growth comes with Moldavite. But And this is what people crave so much. People crave the growth so heavily from its energies, but they don't want to humble themselves to the point of letting it, if they know that it's supposed to be gifted, to not know is one thing, to know is a different thing. If they know it's supposed to be gifted to them, and they get it for themselves, it's out of ego, out of just, let's just say that they're getting it for the point of, oh, I gifted it to myself, versus, okay, it's cool to have it. Okay, that's a different reason to have it, just to have it. But if you're truly wanting to enjoy its energies, put it out into the universe, put it out into the world, saying, hey, I would like this gifted to me. And someone's going to give it to you at the right place at the right time, and it's going to shock you. On the other hand, the third thing that'll happen if you get Moldavite and it's not right for you, maybe maybe it's not accidental, maybe its energies actually work for you. So maybe you've gotten Moldavite for yourself and it started working, but it didn't work the way that you wanted it to. Things get very wildfire and crazy, and you don't see the rewards of the Moldavite because you didn't get it for yourself at the right place at the right time. Maybe things got crazy before they were supposed to get crazy, and things didn't get good afterwards because you got it for yourself and you tried to pick the right place of the right time. Humans don't know right place, right time. There is so much divine synchronicity when it comes to that we can't wrap our minds behind it. The Creator knows when's the best time for us to get things. I used to have a whole bracelet of Moldavite, and now I've got myself a bracelet of Moldavite. We don't know when to sometimes take it off. Take it off after you feel like things are getting hazy or ungrounded. After someone gives you Moldavite, you can get it for yourself because its energies are attuned and activated to you. That's what I have found. But if you get yourself Moldavite after someone has gifted it to you, you have to know when to take the Moldavite off, because you can't wear it all the time or things will get crazy all the time. People who sleep with Moldavite, people who use Moldavite 24/7 usually have a lot of drama, a lot of problems, a lot of issues going on, and they're not aware of it. They are not aware of it. This is letting you know it's supposed to be gifted to you and it's supposed to be used for a period of time. Once you feel like the Moldavite's not doing anything anymore, or it's kind of doing something and it's making you hazy, then take it off. Simple as that. If someone gifts you again, then use it very heavily again. Because sometimes Moldavite will get gifted to you from multiple sources, because that's just the nature of Moldavite. It will get gifted to you if you put it out there. If you ask God, if you ask the Creator, it's going to get to you somehow. Somehow. The real Moldavite will get to you. The second crystal, because I use a lot of my time talking about Moldavite and how it should not be a first person's crystal. Like I said, if someone gets you Moldavite and that's your first crystal, then there might have been a reason behind it. It's not a very friendly first crystal to get. It's going to be kind of shocking. Okay. Now the second crystal that you guys should not be using as your first crystal is Herkimer Diamond. Online says Herkimer Diamond and Moldavite is the best pair. It's the go-to when you're starting with crystals if you want to open your spiritual journey. No. Herkimer Diamond is such an extra dimensional crystal. It's gonna, I had a whole Herkimer Diamond necklace out of real Herkimer. It's just a whole necklace out of it. I have it in a box buried somewhere, but because Herkimer Diamonds actually, their vibration grows on you. So they start increasing intensity over time, and they'll make things very crazy. You'll get your spiritual gifts, but you'll be so ungrounded when you get them that you're not really sure what to do. So it might sound like I'm talking about the downsides of this video. These crystals do have their upsides, but let it come to you at the right time. You're supposed to use Herkimer Diamond for an hour at the most, and you do supreme grounding afterwards. So if you're using Herkimer Diamond as your first crystal, you're probably going to feel spacey. You're probably going to feel like everything's going wrong and you're not really sure what's going wrong. Why? You're probably not sleeping that often, because Herkimer Diamond will cause you to not sleep that much, because it's going to put you in other dimensions while you're on this dimension. So the cure to that is just grounding. But Herkimer Diamond's wonderful, because if I start wearing Herkimer Diamond right now, I like to say I turn into Superman. I can feel my hand outside of my hand. I'm not going to say too much what happens when I wear Herkimer Diamond, but it'll blast all the other crystals through the roof with power. But when you start wearing Herkimer Diamond, just doing a video right now. I'll text you. I'll see you later. Those are a cart of people who I'm going to teach about crystals. So I have a card somewhere. But that's the ups and downsides of Herkimer Diamond. Not doing videos on the intercoastal, but basically, with Herkimer Diamond, it's going to make you so up in the air, and you're going to feel hazy, and you're going to feel foggy, and you're not going to know what's going on. And I didn't know, some of the information on Herkimer Diamond is not actually online. The information about Herkimer Diamond is from experience, and I had a whole necklace of it. Its notch and vibration turns up and up and up. Even if you can't sense or feel it, it's gonna show its intensity to you at some point. You're gonna have to take it off. You can't wear it all the time, or you'll be completely ungrounded, and you're not gonna be able to really help yourself, just because it's so intense. It's an angelic crystal. It's a crystal that goes good on an angel. Let's just say that. It's such a high vibrational crystal that you should not ever make Herkimer Diamond your first crystal or your second crystal. You have to use it with caution. Now, the third crystal. This is debatable, and I thought about this. I'm like, this is either a complete hit or miss, but this third crystal that I'm going to talk about right now, I'll put this in this video for a very specific reason. Black obsidian. So it depends where you're at, and sometimes I will flat out prescribe people at black obsidian as their first crystal, because I know based on their situation that's going to help them the most. But if you're not expecting, I mean, if you're just trying crystals just to try crystals and you're not actually ready to grow, and you wear black obsidian, you'll be crying, you'll be screaming and yelling at people, and you won't know what's going on. It's getting all the darkness out of you so it doesn't come back in. It gets dark entities and energies out of you. Black obsidian's wildfire. It's literally fire. I mean, it's lava that cooled so fast and so quickly that it did not have a chance to mineralize. So yeah, I'll prescribe this as a first crystal for people to use. But I'll have to know if it's appropriate to prescribe someone this crystal. Because when you get through the energies of black obsidian, you become a better person. All the darkness that you were facing is now gone, and it doesn't come back. And make sure it doesn't come back. It amplifies it so it does not come back. Black obsidian's wonderful and scary and amazing. It's the most necessary crystal. I have a whole belt of obsidian right here. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. My belt, but black obsidian's very necessary, but don't make it your first crystal if you're just trying crystals and you're not ready to seriously grow. The first two crystals, I don't think anyone should have as their first crystal. Even if it's gifted, I don't agree with it being your first crystal. That's kind of cruel. But black obsidian, I put this in this video because you have to be, if it's gonna be your first crystal, make sure you're serious about growing, because you're gonna get hit like a truck with energies that you did not expect. You're gonna be like, ah! But if I know for a fact that someone has not used crystals yet and the energies of black obsidian would be good, I prepare them for that, and then I get them ready, and they'll use obsidian and they'll go through what they have to. And you have to use it correctly, because you can use it incorrectly. One way black obsidian doesn't really do much for you is if you don't cleanse and charge it, then it just becomes like it doesn't have its true energies. You put it in the sunlight, it'll get you right. Put obsidian in the sunlight before using it and it's going to get you right. You use moldavite when you're not supposed to, and then moldavite will bite. Use Herkimer Diamond when you're not supposed to, you'll be fight or flight. I like rhyming, but that's easy for you guys to remember. Herkimer Diamond will really, if you're not grounded, it'll unground you to the point where you don't have touch with your root chakra. Root chakra is all about fight or flight. It'll make you do one of the two. It'll make you very aggressive. It'll make you very scared and just not know what's going on. But let moldavite be gifted to you. Herkimer Diamond, use it for an hour at the most. Use it for 15. Start off with 5 to 15 minutes at the most, unless you're experienced. And I mean, there's people right now who are going to watch the video wearing Herkimer Diamond, and they're not going to want to take it off because, yeah, I like my Herkimer Diamond. It's cool. I like the energy. It's immaculate, but they don't know what it's really doing behind the scenes. But this video is about the 3 crystals that you should not really be starting off with. Even the obsidian, it should be under someone who really knows what they're doing with crystals, or you'll get thrown off. So if you have any questions, ask them in the comment sections. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!